Hi guys, my name's Matt and I'm going to take you through some stretches to help with your mobility if you spend quite a lot of time sitting down. Okay, so number one, this is to stretch your lower back and also just to loosen off some of those hip flexors. So what I want you to do is sit, and you can do this while sitting. Feet flat on the floor, but move them apart, so feet slightly wider than hip width apart. Okay, at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to lean forward. We're going to take care to make sure we pivot from the hips there, keep your back nice and straight as you can see there, and lean forward. What you will feel is there'll be a nice stretch across your lower back area, and also you'll feel it just into the top of your thighs where they enter your hips, and just lean forward to where you can. Now, as a secondary point, if you do feel some stretching on the back of your leg, just here on your hamstring, that's also because you've got tight hamstrings, and that's going to be stretch number two. So for this first one then, you want to repeat this lean while holding for 3 or 4 seconds, maybe at the end. You want to repeat it 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 times, just depends on whether that stretch eases some of the aches and pains you might be feeling. Okay, on to number two. So number two then is a hamstring stretch. So what I want you to do is grab something like a footstool. I've got this little table here. Okay, what we're going to do is we're just going to put one of your legs on top of that stool there. Okay, so once your leg is on top of that stool, we're then going to put your other foot flat on the floor. Once that's flat on the floor, we're then going to reach forward for this other foot. Okay, keeping your back nice and straight. What you'll feel is it stretches right across the back of your leg here, your hamstring. Okay, reach. We're going to reach for 10 seconds. And then sit up nice and straight again. So we're going to repeat that a couple more times. I would always say do that, and what you'll find is each time you'll get closer and closer to be able to touch your toes. Why that happens is because your hamstring will start to naturally stretch. Okay, and then come back, and we'll go for a third time. I'll explain why your hamstrings may well be tight. Well, because when you sat down, the angle of how your hips are at that point and how your legs are bent and your knees are always at 90 degrees, it means that actually your hamstring's constantly in a state of compression. Okay, it's never fully stretched. So straightening that leg fully out will stretch that hamstring. So we've done this 3 times on here. Now it's your turn to repeat it 3 times on the left. Okay, number 3 then. What we want to do is you can stand and you can lean on something if you need, and I want you to raise your heels up and then down. Okay, making sure you feel a squeeze of the calf muscle as you go up. And what this does is this works on your stability, not only through your ankle, but also in terms of being able to walk. And if you do suffer from anything or live with any conditions such as MS, then this will strengthen and help with things like foot drop, because it is the control of that calf muscle that keeps you so stable when you're walking, and by lifting your heels up and squeezing that calf muscle, you're getting the blood through it and enabling it to get stronger. So I would repeat these, let's say 15 times. That's enough. If you get a good feeling at the top, if you get a good squeeze at the top, that's more than enough. Okay, on to number 4. So what happens is when we sit down a lot, we end up with, what can happen is you end up with a bit of a rounded posture. So instead of sitting up nice and tall, you end up hunching over because there's nothing to promote you sitting up nice and tall. So it may be you're using a tablet, or you're using a phone, or maybe a laptop, or even just watching TV. Okay, and if you sit on a soft chair, something like an armchair, then that isn't that supportive. It's comfy, but it's not that supportive. So what we need to do is we need to make sure we're stretching the top of your back and your shoulder area, because that can hold a lot of tension as well. So if you ever get tension across here, or it feels a bit stiff, or in fact you get some headaches into the back of your head, okay, that can be caused by tension through the shoulders. So we're going to show you a couple of things now to help relieve that. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit, we're going to push your arms out in front of you. Okay, make sure them shoulders are coming forward, so push as far as you can. While you're still sitting up nice and straight, what you'll feel is it stretch across the back there and all the way down your arms. Okay, so we're going to hold that for 10 seconds before bringing back. And once we bring back, we're going to bring your arms past your body there. Okay, and hold them out behind you. Okay, this time pulling your shoulders back and squeezing those shoulder blades together. So we're going back. Okay, take a nice deep breath in with this one. And it just makes that stretch even better. And relax. Okay, so notice I held them for roughly 8 to 10 seconds. So it's whatever feels good for you. And do each of those 2 to 3 times. Number 5. Okay, shoulder circles. What we want to make sure is that you've got mobility in those shoulders so that you've got the ability to move them forward and back like we did on the last one, but also all the way around. So what we're going to do is I'll just turn around, just take this right arm, nice big circle so your arms don't need to be straight beside you. You can have them bent like this. And you want to make sure you can get all the way up, make a nice big circle. Okay, and just be aware of how that feels. And if there's any tightness there after the last exercise you've done. So we'll go 10 forwards, not even counting, and then the same backwards as well. But I'll let you count your own. So remember 10 forwards, 10 backwards, and then switch arm. Okay, number 6 is lovely again for those shoulders. So if you feel any tension there, we're going to relax your arms beside you. At this point, you're just going to tilt your head to the left and hold it for 2 or 3 seconds, and then tilt your head to the right. Okay, what you'll feel is, when you keep swapping, you'll feel it stretch just down there, down the top of your shoulder, down the top of the trapezius muscle. And again, this can be the main source of tension, or if you are stressed, you can hold a lot of tension in there. That can cause headaches, and just generally feeling a bit punched up. And then we've done some of those, I would suggest 5 aside. Then going to keep those shoulders relaxed. Turn to the right, turn to the left. And again, just 5 each side. I'm not trying to push your neck too far each way, just use the weight of your head, just go to your limits. And then the last one for this nice little trio is to keep your shoulders relaxed again. And then push your chin down into your collarbone. And nice and high. Okay, down to your collarbone. And up. Nice. And high. Fab. Last one then, potentially one of my favourites, because I'm going to get quite low for this one. So what I want you to do is we're going to push your hands out in front. And then we're going to reach up those hands as high as you can. Okay, sitting up nice and tall or standing, you can do this as well. And then look up towards the back of your hands. Take a nice deep breath in. And then a breath out. And if you want to make it even more, you can just gently lean to the side there, feel the stretch all the way down there. And then to the other side, again with 5 times each side. Whoa, lovely stuff. Okay, so thanks for watching for some of these stretches and exercises. These are great to do in the morning, and then even when just before you go into bed as well. So in the morning they'll help wake you up, help the blood circulate through your muscles and through where it needs to go, and it can also give you a sense of energy when you first woke up, because let's face it, it can be quite difficult at times. Okay, so it doesn't matter too much how many repetitions or how long you hold things for. What I would say is just learn how your body feels and how it's reacting. If it feels particularly tight, do some more. If it's feeling okay, maybe limit yourself to 5 or 6 and concentrate on the others. Okay, but just have fun doing it. If you've got a partner that's not doing the stretches maybe as much as they should, get them involved too. And if you've got any questions, just send me a message. Thank you for watching.